Hello and welcome to this Follow the Wire video for our OEM customers and partners. In this video, we're going to explain why QLogic Fibre Channel host bus adapters are the best choice for host connectivity for Fibre Channel SANs. Let's get started. In other Follow the Wire videos, we've discussed that storage network connectivity is required when connecting servers to shared storage, and this is referred to as a storage area network or a SAN. SANs include elements like host adapters, cables, transceivers, and switches, all connected in a highly available manner with multiple paths for data to flow in case of a failure. We also discussed that Ethernet or Fibre Channel transports are typically used, and we discussed how Ethernet is used for file and object storage or for general purpose block storage workloads like office productivity, VDI, and such, and that Fibre Channel is used for business or mission critical workloads like databases, ERP supply chain, financial applications, and others that leverage block storage. Customers who deploy shared storage to connect to servers in their data centers really do this with a set of expectations or outcomes in mind. First and foremost is security and reliability. In most cases, the data we're talking about here in these shared storage systems is the business. It must be protected from viruses, malware, external threats, and must always be available. Customers expect these shared storage solutions to be easy to deploy and manage, as well as monitor. They also expect these systems to deliver predictable performance and quality of service to ensure they can meet service level agreements with their stakeholders. To deliver on these outcomes for customers when using Fibre Channel infrastructure, there are several reasons to lead with QLogic Fibre Channel HBAs for host connectivity. Marvell's portfolio of QLogic Fibre Channel HBAs work with the industry-leading server and storage devices. In addition to meeting the functional requirements of the Fibre Channel standards, QLogic HBAs have several unique differentiators we will discuss. To deliver on security and reliability expectations for customers, Fibre Channel is always deployed in a dual-path, highly available configuration to minimize downtime, and by nature is an air-gapped network that provides isolation from regular networks and limits unauthorized access. But QLogic Fibre Channel HBAs have additional security features, including secure firmware download and hardware root of trust that ensures only valid firmware can be flashed to the adapters. Additionally, select QLogic HBAs support encrypted data in flight to provide end-to-end encryption of the data as it flows in the SAN. For manageability and ease of use, Fibre Channel SANs leverage name server technology and zoning to greatly simplify deployment and ensure the right devices are communicating with one another. QLogic HBAs are the only HBA on the market with a universal driver that supports both SCSI and NVMe-based connectivity. This means fewer tasks required for administrators when adding FC-NVMe storage to an existing SCSI-based SAN. QLogic HBAs also support universal SAN congestion mitigation, which enables the HBAs to work in harmony with both Brocade and Cisco Fibre Channel switch and director infrastructure to identify potential congestion and take automated actions to address it. Finally, Store Fusion technology in the Marvell QLogic HBAs provides multiple features that support simplified troubleshooting and diagnostics capabilities to speed time to resolution should an error occur. To deliver predictable performance, QLogic HBAs from Marvell are designed using port isolation architecture. This means each port on the adapter has a dedicated processor, memory, and firmware resources, ensuring issues on one port can't impact the performance on the other. QLogic HBAs also support virtual machine ID that allows SAN administrators to identify SAN traffic generated at the virtual machine level. This enables them to establish optimal data paths for different workloads and ensure consistent performance to meet SLA requirements. Let's take a closer look at how each of these differentiators can benefit your clients. Today, there are two major Fibre Channel suppliers with two very different design architectures. The port isolation architecture on the top is used in Marvell QLogic Fibre Channel adapters and provides dedicated processor, memory, and firmware resources for each port on the adapter. This shared architecture design on the bottom utilizes an ASIC that uses shared processor memory and firmware resources across both ports of the dual port adapter. So which is the better approach? The key issue is that with independent ports in the QLogic design, the performance of each port is completely isolated from what's potentially happening on the other port. This ensures delivery of predictable performance. With the shared architecture design, performance is not as predictable as issues on one port could potentially affect the performance of the other. This is simply not the case with QLogic HBA. Because refresh cycles between servers, storage, and SAN infrastructure are all different, we see lots of customers with a variety of connections to their SAN using different bandwidths. This is one of the advantages of Fibre Channel technology in that it's always backward compatible 2 generations. However, with more high-performance all-flash and NVMe storage arrays now being deployed in the data center, when fast storage is connected to a slow host, congestion can occur. Fibre Channel works using a buffer credit mechanism to ensure data transmissions are fully completed before others can occur. Slow hosts can create congestion over time, and this slows down all the devices on the SAN. If you want all the gory details, do an internet search on Fibre Channel slow drain, and you can get lots more information on this issue. Suffice it to say that SAN congestion is an issue in the Fibre Channel industry, and it's addressed it by adding new communications between Fibre Channel switches and the HBAs. Fabric Performance Impact Notifications, or FPIN, are 4 specific notifications that are sent from the Fibre Channel switch to the HBA to provide visibility to potential congestion issues. Link integrity is a notification that indicates a physical connection issue. Congestion is a notification that the specific HBA port is causing congestion in the SAN. Peer congestion is an indicator to be aware that there is congestion in the SAN, and delivery is a notification that there was a fabric timeout issue and delivery couldn't happen. Over time, the HBA will use these notifications to take corrective action like throttling down port performance or using multipath I/O failover from one port to another. With Marvell QLogic HBAs, all 4 of these FPIN messages are supported in standard firmware. In competitive offerings, only the link integrity is supported in the standard firmware, and to get the other notifications, the customer is required to purchase and deploy additional HBA management software. As discussed in the FC-NVMe video, QLogic HBAs make transitioning to next generation FC-NVMe flash storage very, very simple. The HBAs support concurrent SCSI and NVMe communications on each adapter port, and QLogic HBAs utilize a unique universal driver that supports both protocols as well. This means the native FC-NVMe arrays can be added to an existing SCSI SAN, and assuming that the infrastructure is enhanced 16 gig or later technology, no hardware changes are required. And the unified driver that QLogic uses means no additional drivers need to be installed on the servers. That's about as simple a transition as you can make. QLogic Fibre Channel HBAs are also very secure. All enhanced 16 gigabit and 32 gigabit offerings support secure firmware updates. When new firmware is downloaded, it must contain the proper public encryption key to validate that it's authentic, or the updates simply will not take place. Now, for further security, the encryption key can be embedded within the Fibre Channel ASIC itself during the manufacturing process. This is referred to as hardware root of trust, and this feature is found in the QLE2770 series enhanced 32 gig adapters. There's also a version of this adapter that supports data encryption. With these adapters at both the host and target array, data can be encrypted throughout the SAN for ultimate security. So why QLogic Fibre Channel for host connectivity? Well, QLogic HBAs are the most innovative and feature-rich HBAs on the market. With full integration of those features across both Tier 1 Fibre Channel switch brands, Brocade and Cisco, QLogic HBAs provide advanced diagnostics and self-healing for SAN congestion in any SAN deployment. QLogic HBAs provide secure firmware features as well as data encryption for an extra layer of security in the SAN. HBA management software is available with VMware vCenter plugins, Windows Admin Center extensions, and CLI utilities, plus integration with Fibre Channel switch management utilities, making management of QLogic adapters easy. QLogic port isolation design provides predictable per-port performance that other vendors cannot provide, and QLogic HBAs support next-generation FC-NVMe capabilities today with a unified driver, deployed today for connectivity to storage of tomorrow with no changes required on the host servers. The bottom line is, when you recommend QLogic, you're recommending the best for your customers. Well, that's it for this video session. For more information, go to www.marvell.com/QLogic to find out more details on Marvell and QLogic Fibre Channel HBA technology. And be sure to check out our other Follow the Wire videos on Marvell's YouTube channel. Thanks for your time and attention, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.